A lot of really great panels and guests for y'all. Who we most excited for? Just shout them out. Okay. I didn't hear you. Y'all say me. That's fine. My name is Caleb. I'll be emceeing the event this weekend, so y'all see plenty of me. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I love to hear. Thank you so much. You didn't know my name until right now. It's fine. Who traveled the furthest? Who traveled the furthest to be here? How far do you come from? You have a New York shirt on. If you say New York right now. Florida? All right, can we beat Florida? Oregon is further than Florida. I just want the record to show backstage, I did not start that chant. That was them. Guys, thank you for being patient. It is my pleasure, it is my honor to introduce an Emmy award-winning analyst and a Super Bowl champion and quite possibly the best dressed man you'll see all weekend, Ryan Clark.
I'm sad that I didn't get the Derek Jeter chance when I came out here. I like that, go Tigers. I'm sorry that we are a little late, but as you can expect, if we were waiting on one of our Hall of Famers, it was Big Papi. Guys, we don't boo 10-time All-Stars. We don't boo Hall of Famers, especially once they retire. So let's check out David Ortiz.
What's happening? Get over me here, get over it. Let's go.
And I do believe that we have some Yankee fans in the house. You know, you might know this man as the captain. You know what I mean? He's the Rookie of the Year, 1996, 14 All-Stars. I mean, can I get the Derek Jeter chant or what? Do you want him to come on the stage or not? Let's go, Derek Jeter. You know,
let's go on. Let's get. Guys, Big Papi was late. We can't do Derek Jeter cheers for 30 minutes. I was just about to say it. We would have been out here, what, 30 minutes ago?
Damn.
David's on Boston time, so.
Official or an umpire to sit in between these two greats, but so much respect for these two men for me and amongst one another. Derek, to be a guy born in Jersey, grow up in Michigan, but love the Yankees. What was it like to wear the pinstripes?
Man, for me, it was a dream come true. Like you said, I was born in New Jersey. We got 25 people from New Jersey in here. I grew up in Michigan, but I used to spend the summers in Jersey. My grandmother was a huge Yankee fan, and the only thing I ever wanted to be was shortstop for the New York Yankees. So
by the way, Derek Jeter's jersey was the first jersey I ever owned. I too wanted to be the shortstop of the Yankees, but I can't hit no baseball. So there was that. Big Papi, your story was a little different. It wasn't stardom right away. What was it like to finally find your place in Boston and really become one of the icons of that city?
But before you go, tell them who you wanted to play for. You see, I've gotten to know him over the last couple of years now.
Hey, you got this story all twist. No, I told Derek that my very first memorabilia was a Down Mattingly baseball bat. Yeah, true story. And like I'm from the Dominican Republic. Like growing up, it was Dodgers and Yankees. You know that. I mean, seriously. I think the Dominican, we all New York. But coming from the Dominican, you know, I mean, it's a third world country where baseball is the thing, you know, and always thanking the Minnesota Twins for giving me the opportunity to break down into the big league. But, you know, I mean, life is a process, you know, and whenever you get the opportunity to be able to be you, to do your thing, I mean, you just grab it, you know, and go from there.
Knows what those seasons ended up being for the captain, Derek Jeter.
But that's in all honesty. You ask David the same question, I forget the years, I try to block it out of my mind.
It's only 3, it ain't 5.
Give you the same answer. I mean, that's what you play for ultimately, is to win a championship and be the last team standing. So those years are all special.
You know, after having the quote-unquote curse of the Bambino and finally getting over the hump, and you had that huge 2004 ALCS, what was it like to finally realize that moment and become a champion?
Well, first of all, you know that when you play in the East, you have to face these guys big time. And I don't remember the year that the Yankees doesn't have a really good team, you know, and I guess it was a time where we put a good team together. We were able to bounce back and do what we did. I mean, but I never forget about the team that they had that year. I think 2004, I would say this, the Yankees have one of the best teams of all time. You know? Thank you! And competing against these guys, you know, you better bring your A game every day, every second, every minute, no matter what, because these guys, they don't play around, you know, and we were able to bounce back and break the ice basically that year, and it was very magical.
Derek, you know, you listen to him say the 2004 team he thought was one of the best teams. What does that say about how hard it is to win a World Series?
It's very hard. Look, I've said it before, winning is difficult. We made it look easy at times. Their teams made it look easy at times, but winning is difficult. That's why you celebrate when you win, because it's hard. So for us, our focus was always just one day at a time, one game at a time. Every single day you take the field, you have an opportunity to win a game. And I forgot the question you asked because I'm sitting here talking about 2004.
I was in the middle of a funeral or something like that. I was like, this is serious. So from that moment and up, I just basically started preparing myself for what was coming, you know, and sorry, New York, but the rest is history.
Derek, we don't, so in football, I played for the Steelers. We had the Baltimore Ravens, right? And you knew people were going to get concussed, and you knew that that team would probably win the AFC North, have an opportunity to win the Super Bowl. With the baseball season being so long, how much focus was put on what was going on in Boston, knowing you had to beat that team most times to become world champions?
We paid attention. You know, I always say competition eliminates complacency. And we always paid attention, obviously, to what Boston was doing because they were, for the most part, we were the top 2 teams in baseball for years. So you always paid attention to what the Red Sox were doing. But at the same time, you had to look in the mirror and figure out how you can get better as a team. So you can't just solely focus on what someone else is doing. We took every year like it was a new challenge. You know, whether we won or whether we lost, you turn the page, you flip the script, and you focus on winning that particular year. But we always paid attention to Boston.
Come down to what you did against the team that wore the pinstripes. Once you finally get over the hump, what was the reactions of the fans in Boston?
Well, like Derek say, you know, you pay attention to everything that is going on around the league, but you pay attention to the New York Yankees as the must. And it's because I always give credit to Mr. Sam Brainer rest in peace, because if there's an honor that you want to have in your corner as a fan, it was him. I mean, this guy was the one guy that I used to watch and going around talking to his players in a type of way that it was motivational. You know, I mean, hey, you won this, you got to give me that. You know, and I can live with that.
Red Sox rivalry, and look, during the time, back in the day, like let's say you're a back in the day guy. Oh, back in the day, when we played, I had zero interest in getting to know David Ortiz. Zero. No, and I'm not trying to be funny.
I know.
I didn't want to be friendly because I wanted to beat him. You know, David was friendly, especially with all the young Latin pitchers on our team, so he hit home runs, you know, all the time. Yeah, he did all the time. But really...
We're just giving them advice. Throw it right down the middle.
So really, I never wanted to get to know him, right? I always respected him, but I didn't want to get to know him. But I've gotten a chance to get to know him over the last year plus working with Fox. And what you see is what you get. This guy right here is one of the best people and one of the best individuals you will meet. My kids love him. I've enjoyed working with him.
I go back at you as well, bro. This guy is one of the most well-educated and nicest person I have ever met. I love this guy right here. You know that.
And also, you know, I was talking to Ruben, and he said he wants to take these around the country. So just in case we do this in Boston at some point in the future, I don't get booed.
I got you, though.
They're definitely going to boo you. That's off top. But we thank you guys so much for taking the time to be here. One more time for Derek Jeter, David Ortiz. Now, and if you have on a Jeter jersey and you come and you line up right here, we're going to take a picture of the stage and Derek Jeter and David Ortiz.